Hi everyone, it's Andy from Hobby Headquarters. Well, as you can see here, I've got piles and piles of new stuff to share with you guys today. Lots of new items are finally starting to show up into the country. We've had a couple of containers show up, a couple of pallets on top of that show up, and more stuff due to arrive any day now. In fact, I think there's another container due to arrive this week. So lots and lots of new stuff. So I finally put a bunch of it together to share with you guys and show you all the new cool products that are coming out, plus some stuff that's coming out in the near future as well. So I've got a lot here. The video is going to be a little bit longer than normal just because there are so many kits I want to share with you. Plus, I am going to be doing some build videos. It's just been a crazy hectic time right now, this time of year, getting everything organized going into the holiday season, ordering, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of taken me away from doing the videos, but that will change very, very soon. And basically, I want to say that this video is brought to you by me. And what I mean by that is, if you like any of these products right here, you can check them out in my retail store in Glendale, Arizona. You can check them out on our website for the North America, which is andyshhq.com. And now our European website is now open. So if you live in Europe, you can check out andyshhq.eu. And it's all set up and running. That is just the beginning stages. More and more product are going to get added onto the European website all the time. So keep checking on back. So, like I said, it's going to be a little bit longer than normal video. So let's get started. Now we have a brand new kit from Border Models. This is the Mobile Wagon in 35th scale, and what that is basically a Panzer IV with the 3.7 centimeter flak cannon on it that had the drop down sides. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this means furniture truck, the way they've done it here in German, and then this looks like a furniture truck basically. And these sides can fold down or they can keep it up while they're in transport mode like that. In fact, you can see some of the pictures on the side here, as well as a figure that is now included in there. Now this is a very early sample copy. I believe it's complete because it does have the box the way it is, but we did not get any of the photo etch or the metal parts that would normally come with it. It's just the plastic itself inside. But I can go ahead and show you that right now. Okay, let's jump right into this kit here. And we're going to first start off by showing you the parts for the gun. And as you can see here, we've got the ammunition right into that area. Lots of slide molding on the gun itself. More parts of the cradle. I'm assuming that's part of the shield, maybe. That's the first sprue. One quick thing too, I actually had to go back and look at the instructions where the gun barrel was. Here is the gun barrel. It is slide molded and molded right into place right there. So a nice looking barrel for this 37. Of course, there are aftermarket companies too that if you want to have all those little holes drilled out, you could get that as well. Now, because this is part of the Panzer IV chassis or family that the Border Models has come out with, there are going to be a lot of sprues from other kits. And you're going to get parts that actually are not going to get used in this. Like, this is the shield for the upper part of the turret. But some of these parts will get reused. But it'll be good for you to have spares in your kits to have all the extras. Here we are here. Lots of slide molding on this sprue, too. Nice the way they've done that. Yeah, in fact, this is off their very first kit, I believe. Their Panzer IV-J. Here is the road wheel and suspension arm sprue. You guys have seen me build a couple of the Border Model Panzer IVs too. In fact, I've built at least two, maybe three of them so far. Went together very nicely, so you get two sprues of that. This is going to be entirely new. So this is the upper hull part that's got the mounting platform for the 37mm gun. It looks like they've changed the rear portion of it here. Some of the other parts they've added in. Slide molding done on that. That's all new. And here is the lower hull. This is interesting too, the way they've put the vents already molded right into it. So it required some slide molding, but that's nice to get it all put into place just like that. Here is our figure. Let's find his face. There it is. Nice German soldier in his winter uniform. This sprue is also new. This is the drop-down sides of the vehicle. Another set of accessories. More slide molding. And the final sprue is the track sections. And as you can see here, we've got some pre-sagged length tracks. Length tracks. These are the links right here. I love those. They did a really nice job on those. Those have a nice sag to them. And then, of course, all of the road wheels, drive sprockets, idlers, return rollers, all of that stuff right there. And there you go, guys. There is a quick look at the plastic portion of the new Border Model 35th scale kit. This kit will probably be out, from what I understand, in November of some time. So like I said, this is still a very, very early one. They just were kind enough to get us out the plastic to show that it is coming out. And it'll actually be going up for pre-order very, very soon. Now we're going to take a look at Vespid models. They are a fairly new company on the scene. They are making 72nd scale products, and we have kits like this, like the A34 Comet, which are real vehicles, as well as the Maz version 2, the one with the turret and the gun. And then they have some of the what-if stuff, like the Flak Panzer 8 Maz. I believe these are like the 12.8 centimeter flak guns that they were going to think about putting on this, if this was even thought of. But what I thought I would do is open up this one right here and show you what the parts look like on one of these to show you the quality. Okay, to start off with, we have our upper hull here. Just like that. It's pretty good size too for 72nd scale. The Boss is a very, very large vehicle. We've got our lower hull here, and it's got pins and pegs that will, or pins and holes, I should say, that line up for that. We've got our side skirts here with the fuel drums on the back are slide molded. We have next up our, oops, got part of the bag too, the wheel sprue. And it also has the drive sprocket, idler, as well as the suspension arms, which are pretty good detail. And I know most of it is not really seen because of the side skirt, but nice to know that it's there. We also have our tracks. They are individual link right here, and as well as length of track to speed up the build time on that. See them there. Then we have the bottom of the turret, as well as the two flak guns, which are slide molded, as you can see, just like that. And it's kind of funny because they give you those nice slide molded barrels, but also included in the kit are two aluminum barrels for the 12.8 centimeter flak guns. So those are also included. And we also have our turret here. You take a look at that. It also comes with a fret of photo etch, just like that, as well as a fairly extensive set of decals, considering it's only 72nd scale. Lots of markings inside there. And finally, I'm going to really briefly just show you the instructions. They're very simple. Some nice color codes on it, and then long instructions. You can see how they're set up, how they're going to walk you through the actual build. And these are more or less just to give you, hey, this is how the instructions look. They look like they're pretty clear and specific for it. So there you go. So these are now available in the United States, and they're actually, we have them on our website. Best part of all is this kit here has a retail of $20. So with the metal barrels, the photo etch, and the nice moldings, I think $20 is a really good price on something like this. So if you get a chance and you're interested in 72nd scale, check them out. And now we are going to take a look at a brand new 48 scale ZVEZDA kit. This is the Soviet attack helicopter, the Mi-24P. This is a new kit from them. And actually, we have a way of getting ZVEZDA easier into the country now, so we'll be carrying more and more ZVEZDA in here. But I thought this would be a perfect opportunity because I've heard so much that the newer kits have really jumped up a lot in quality, and this will be a perfect chance to take a look at what they look like. So let's take a look inside this box. Okay, to start off with here, we have the fuselage of the helicopter. And even in 48 scale, this is a big helicopter right here. So let you zoom in here. Take a look at the detail that is on this kit. Yep. Next up, we have lots of the internal parts here, as well as some of the external, like the wheels. I know very little about helicopters, so I won't talk too much during this portion. I'll just let you look at the pretty parts and make up your own mind on this. I do know these are the rotors. That part I do know. You can see on those. Here's the tail rotor. There's the blades. Looks like it comes with some pilot figures too. And finally, this is some of the armament package that will be slung on the wings. Just like that. And finally, you get a big sprue here of clear parts and two sets of decals here, or two sheets of decals, I should say. Show you this first one here, and a little close-up version of this one here. Look pretty nice. And then, of course, as always, we'll give you a quick little rundown of the instructions and how they are. There is quite a few parts on this kit, as you can imagine, so it's going to be... Actually, I take that back. The instructions are pretty small for the number of parts that are on there, so just buzz through those and let you see those. Looks like 42 easy steps, and you'll have this big Soviet attack copter all built up. And these are now available, like I said, on our website at andyshhq.com and andyshhq.eu. And since we're talking about ZVEZDA, I thought I would show you a couple other large kits that have just shown up as well. This is the Russian self-propelled anti-aircraft system, the SA-22 Greyhound in 35th scale. Also, another kit that just showed up is the IL-2 Stormovik in 48 scale. And finally, really big kit. This is the Russian 5th generation fighter, the Su-57. A real monster of a kit here, and very reminiscent of the F-22 up in the front here. So all of these kits are now available over here in the United States, and you can pick them up on our website at andyshhq.com. Now I want to show you a new kit that has just arrived from Ryfield model. It's their Tiger 1 initial production, early 1943. And this is representing the very, very first Tiger 1s that had the stowage bins on the side of the vehicle here. They had the mirror tracks. And actually this set comes with a set of workable mirror tracks. And also they have a new set of 3D printed workable mirror tracks too, which I'll show you right after we show you this kit right here. Okay, we're going to take a look at the parts now in this kit. And actually, this is going to kind of be a brief overview of this particular kit. The Tigers from Ryfield, they share a lot of parts from some of the other ones that I've done previews on before. But in case you're not familiar with them, I thought I would show you some of the highlighted parts, like the lower hull here, which you can see here has the setup for the torsion bars. So the torsion bars will go right across inside there. This is kind of totally different too, the way they've molded this. You don't normally see with that piece already added on there. Next up we have our turret itself. And if I'm not mistaken, these are the insides that will slide inside here to build up the thickness of the turret on it. These are going to be the new bins for the Tiger initial. And this is what I want to show you on this, is some of the slide molding that they do on here. So you can see we've got the barrel, the muzzle brake, all of that has been slide molded there. And here we have our upper hull. Here is the barrel to one of the Tigers. It too has been slide molded. And finally, I'm going to show you the track, the mirror track. So obviously this is the left side of the track, and there's a right side as well. Because that is obviously a new feature that comes on this kit. And as they're continuing on with a lot of their new kits, they're including 3D printed parts. And these are actually inside the actual kit. So we have here our smoke grenades, both full and empty, if you want to put them on the vehicle, as well as four 88mm shells for your vehicle. Nicely 3D printed. So that gives you an idea of some of the new parts on the Ryfield model's Tiger 1 initial production. And next I want to share with you guys some brand new 3D printed workable track links that Ryfield model has just come out with. These are the very first two sets that we've received in, and the first one is the Panzer III-4 Winterketten, which are really, really cool to have. You have that extra little amount of track there to break up the surface pressure for the tanks so they didn't sink into the snow. And we also have the Tiger 1 initial mirror tracks, and these will go good with their new initial production kit that we just showed you. And these are all 3D printed resin, and I'm going to open up the Panzer III-4 tracks and show you what comes inside. So to start off with, you get these little bins with the actual track inside here that are all 3D printed. We'll zoom in really close here for you. They're all hollowed out just like they're supposed to, and really, really nice looking. And with that, you also get this. This is a stack of pins. These are the track pins that will go in on the side. And also you get some ice cleats as well, that if you want to put the extra ice cleats on, they would just randomly put those on in the track, and I think they give you a total of 17 for each side. So a little bit of extra work, but wow. Oh, also there's also a track jig inside there too. So you can lay these out, and it looks like it's actually out of one of the regular plastic kits. So these are just arriving in the United States right now, and I think they're beautiful, and I expect to see quite a few more of the workable track links from Ryfield. And since we're talking about Ryfield model doing 3D printed resin tracks, I should also point out Ryfield model is getting into the resin figure business as well. And their first set out is the German Tankman and Captain. And as you can see right here, they're in 35th scale. And what I thought I would do is just take one of the, or actually both figures out, and zoom in really close for you guys so you can see what they look like. This particular guy, the arms come molded separately. The other figure, the head comes separately, but nice, nice detail inside of that. And hopefully I can show you the head too. Just right there. So these two will be another new line of products from Ryfield model. Now we are going to take a look at the brand new kit from Suyata in 40A scale. This is their T90A as well as a Tiger GAZ 233014 armored vehicle. So you actually get both vehicles inside here. And if you guys remember the Suyata kit of the Panther with the crane and the little diorama, you get a lot of value inside a box of a Suyata kit, and this is no exception. So this is a 40A scale kit, but as you can see, it's a fairly large box. So let's take a look at the parts inside. Okay, we're going to take a look at all the parts individually, but just opening the box, look how much plastic is inside here. There is a lot. The first thing we're going to take a look at is the upper hull. And they have really molded some beautiful detail work into this here. Nice size for this kit too in 40A scale. Also take a look at the turret. And I may have messed up a few of the sprues in here. Which ones are for the Tiger and which ones are for the tank. But it's broken down inside the instructions. So if I can figure it out, like in this one, obviously this is for the tank. And even the sag, maybe you can see it in there, is molded into the top of the track here. And get you in nice and close on all of these parts. Lots of slide molding. Just beautiful. You get two sprues of that, obviously. We have over here the anti-ditching log and more parts of the actual kit. Slide molded on that as well. There you go. Here is parts for the turret. Now here's the lower part of the turret, as well as all of these top pieces have been slide molded. And the barrel for the gun has been slide molded too. So you get all that nice detail inside of that, all slide molded out for you. Here is for the Tiger. We can see that right away. So we have here the chassis, the body, and all like the hood, things like that. Zoom in on this for you here and see that. I think that looks really nice. And like I said, you get both kits inside. Here's more parts for the Tiger. Nice work on the transmission. And finally, we have our glass pieces. A bag of rubber tires for both of these are for the Tiger. We have a set of decals, as you can see right here, for everything. And finally, we have our instructions. And this is a decent sized instruction book, as you can imagine, because there's two really nicely detailed kits inside here. So I will kind of just briefly, I know you guys like to see those, so briefly, whoop, I guess we missed page 1. So what I'll do now is I'll just briefly go through these instructions. You can probably, if you don't want to see these, you can just fast forward about 45 to 60 seconds ahead. And that is your T90. Now we'll take a look at the Tiger. And I'll also, remember, if you want to take a longer look at any one of these pages, just hit pause. And there's the final. And then, of course, you get all of the color markings for the different vehicles. And this kit is available right now, as well as the Panther with the crane that I had mentioned earlier. Those are available. And now we'll take a look at a brand new kit, another small scale kit actually. This one is from Hobbyboss in 72nd scale. This is the Tiger tank on top of the rail car, the real heavy-duty rail car, I should say. This is the one that could actually carry such tanks as Tigers, King Tigers, Jag Tigers, the real big ones. And this one comes with the rail car, the kit, as well as the mounting ramp that they could drive the actual vehicle on there, plus the track. So let's take a look inside. And here we are. So let's take a look at the parts. There actually is a decent number of parts in here, considering it is such a small 72nd scale. This is the train road bed here, that has like the rock and gravel, the railroad ties, and then these are the actual rails themselves inside here. And you get two pieces of this, so you can imagine you can build a fairly large, probably close to about 18 to 20 inches of track. And then look at this, the way they've done this. This has been molded up really cool. This is molded as one piece here for the actual platform for the rail car. Looks like they did quite a bit of slide molding on that. You see up close on there for the detail. Next up we have the platform for getting that tank on there. It too has been slide molded. Got the frame for the rail car. And actually we're jumping right in here now. This is for the Tiger. So here is the turret and some of the other accessories for the tank. Looks like the track is molded right onto the side of the vehicle. Just like that. We have the upper hull of the Tiger tank. Like that. And then you're going to get a whole bunch of pieces for the trucks. So here are the trucks for that big boy. You're going to get two sets of those. Obviously, there's six sets of wheels on each side of the vehicle, so like that. And I know we're kind of bouncing around. We're just kind of taking the sprues out of the kit as we get them. This is more parts for the platform. Here are the suspension arms for the platform. Another sprue of that. You also get, these have also been slide molded. These are really cool. These are the actual wheels for the trucks. You get two sets of those. And finally, we're going to get down to the lower hull of the Tiger tank. Little tiny little guy right here. And they've got a couple different ways. So here are the road wheels and the tracks all molded together as one piece in 72nd. And then they give you the outer portion of this here. Actually, it'll go like this. That'll drop into that. Or actually, I should say that's the inner portion. That's where the drive sprocket mounts inside. And then they also give you another sprue of extra road wheels. So I'm assuming they will go stacked up inside of there. So quite a few parts for building up the lower half of that tank. And finally, the last piece is the barrel and the upper part of the turret. And you can see the turret, or excuse me, the barrel is slide molded. And that is all the pieces there. And then we'll quickly just take a look at the instructions. Typical Hobbyboss instructions, a nice color view here to show you how long the whole thing is going to look, so you can see it's going to be pretty large. This is not to scale, so it's probably about double that size. So it is about 20 inches long overall. And then just the step-by-step. I'm not going to go through all of these. This is pretty much the same as most of the other Hobbyboss kits that we've seen over the years, but looks like it should go together fairly easily. And these will be actually arriving very soon. Hobbyboss sent us this sample early, and I believe they'll be out within the next couple of weeks. Next up, I want to take a couple of moments and talk to you about a very, very nice book. This is a new one that has just come on the market. This is Fighters of the Iron Cross by Eagle Editions, and the author is Jerry Crandall. I was able to pick this book up at the IPMS Nationals, and I thought I would just take a couple of moments and share it with you today. It is a very, very interesting book. It has lots of photographs and color plates inside. And what I thought I would do right now is just kind of open it up and just share with you some of the photographs that are in here. Won't give away the entire publication, but a lot of shots that are probably out of people's, like, you know, war diaries, where you're going to have a bunch of shots in the row of the guy standing on a pilot's wing here. So it's not kind of stuff you'd see normally inside other books. So very, very interesting stuff. And then as we go through here, there's lots of information on the actual pilots. You can look through a few of these here. Information like this with breakdowns. And then, like I was saying earlier too, there are lots of color plates in here too. Here's one that we found. Look to be about 32nd scale too, so good reference if you're going to paint a 32nd scale, or 35th if you're doing the border model 109. There's quite a few color plates inside here. So there's about 365 pages, I believe it is. Lots and lots of interesting photographs. I would highly recommend that if you get a chance, go over to Eagle Editions and on their website. And I believe you can still get this book. If not, they've got all kinds of other really great books on aircraft of World War II. And definitely want to check that one out. And the last new manufacturer I want to share with you is Horizon Models. They are a company that we just added to our retail store as well as our website. And they make a line of 72nd scale rocket and missiles. All U.S. space race type stuff. We've got like the Convair Atlas, the Mercury Atlas, the Redstone launcher, the Mercury Redstone, and the Mercury spacecrafts. And what I'll do is I'm going to pull open one of these right now and show you what's inside of those. That if you're interested in rockets and missiles, these probably have your name written all over them. Okay, so let's take a look at one of the Horizon model kits, and we're going to look at the Convair SM-65D Atlas missile in 72nd scale. Put this off to the side. As you can imagine, it's a missile kit, so there's not going to be a heck of a lot of parts, but we've got some nice detail inside of here. So there are 3 total sprues inside this kit. Do you see some of those? And then you're going to get 2 identical sprues of this one right here. So I'll give you an idea. The whole thing is probably about 12.5 to 14 inches tall, based on just, you know, quickly adding up the different things, but should make a nice little desktop display piece. And like I said, you get 2 of those right inside there. Some absolutely beautiful decals. I was looking at these earlier. Very, very thin decals, very nicely printed. That Strategic Air Command, really nice as well. And of course, as you can imagine, the instructions are going to be rather simple. There's not going to be a heck of a lot of parts to put together. But if you paint it up and put the decals on, you'll have a very nice display piece. So one more page on that, and that is primarily for showing you where to put all those beautiful decals that they have on there. Now, I understand Horizon has been out for a little bit of time now, but we've just got them into the United States. This is the first time I've actually heard of them, and we do have them available in our store as well as our website. So if you're interested in rockets, go ahead and check them out. And one more kit I want to share with you guys is a brand new one that will soon be out from Hobbyboss. This is their MV22 Osprey in 1/48 scale. Like I said, all brand new tooling on it. Huge box. This is my hand next to the size of this box, and it is absolutely a beast. But one thing I want to share with you guys too, this was actually part of the advertisement that they brought out, is that you can actually fold up the Osprey into this position right here if you want to display it like that. So very, very interesting. So let's take a look at the parts inside. Okay, we're going to start off looking at the parts of these really large sprues. And to start off with this first one here, you can see there's quite a bit of slide molding in here. We've got our instrument panel, our front seats, looks like part of the landing gear. Up front here we have the cockpit. All kinds of other little things on here. Next up we have part of the tail. See if we can get the light just right to show you the rivets and how they did that. We got the big portion of the upper wing here. Good size moldings. And then you're going to get two sprues right here that are the rotors for the Osprey. Also all the wheels. Hello, how you doing there?
Seen you on YouTube.
Yep.
Hey.
And then we have the really large pieces right here, and in top you can see this is that the area where you push the wing into it, and because of that little lip right there, it'll allow it to spin. So there is your fuselage. And finally, we've got looks like the engines, as well as, I'm assuming this is part of the inside of the fuselage here, the way they've got it done. And here are the decals, as well as the fret of photo etch that they give you as well. Well, there you go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed checking out the new kits that are, most of them have arrived already, and some are coming very, very soon. So you can check them out on the website on andyshhq.com or on the European website at andyshhq.eu. Of course, we also have a lot of this stuff in the store right now as well. So I want to take this opportunity to thank you as always for watching, and please stay tuned because we have many more videos coming.